In the last video, man, I went in. I had to let the ladies get they just due. Well, this one, time to spin the block. Yo, what's happening? This is Late Night CJ, and we back at it once again. Now, in the last video, we gave the ladies they just due about being frustrated and needing a man to step up. But of course, we had to spin the block and talk about when women bring that man to that same space. But now we've gotten to this point where ladies are starting to be disrespectful knowingly and trying to label it as being frustrated. There's a difference between being frustrated and just not having no act right. A horse by another name is still a donkey in my eyes. Now, there's a way that you can even express your frustration without it coming across disrespectful. But in these videos, we are going to analyze exactly the type of disrespect that I'm speaking about so that you have a clear understanding in what I mean by disrespectful. Cue the clip.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needed to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. If you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. I told him if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to figure it out. It's not my job to cook.
I'm just so sick and tired of being with a broke ass man, honestly. All of our friends have so much more money than us. Their houses are nicer, they have nicer things. Like, I've been telling you for years that, like, I want you to pamper me. I deserve to be treated like I'm a queen, and you're not doing that.
I work all day, every day. I provide you with this, right?
But it's not enough.
Then get a job too.
I'm not going to get a job because I take care of our children.
The kids are at school for 8 hours a day. What are you taking care of?
The man of the house is to be taking care of your family, to provide for your family.
What's wrong with you? Why are you looking like that?
I'm hungry.
Okay, why you ain't stop and get some when you was gone?
Cause why you ain't cook?
Because I'm busy.
Busy? I mean, you've been in the house all day.
Okay, and I gotta take care of kids. I gotta wash clothes. I gotta clean. I gotta go to football practice. I gotta pick up for football practice. Then after that, I gotta go to football training. I gotta keep going. I didn't have time to cook.
But when you had a full-time job before I was working, I was doing all that. I ain't complaining. I still cook.
I'm not you. Like, you should be able to respect that I did everything else but cook.
But today's Sunday. I put an overtime shift and went in to work.
Okay, that's fine. I was busy today too.
So you ain't even cook Sunday dinner for the kids?
No, the kids ate. You just not gonna eat. That's why I say you should have got something on your way home.
One of the main things that can make a man feel disrespected is to feel invisible. Now, one of the things that I myself have struggled with over the years is feeling invisible, feeling voiceless in the spaces where I feel I'm supposed to have the most, I won't say volume, but I should have equal input in the situation. I shouldn't be dismissed or characterized as not important in the situation to the point to where now I seek validation outside of that situation. Now, you saw that brother that was sitting there. Do you see how deflated he looked just sitting there just like, and she like, what's wrong with you? I'm hungry. You see that? That was different. That man had been reduced to feeling like he was not worth a meal. He was sitting in his work clothes and did not feel like he was worth a meal from his partner. Now, in certain situations where we can look out in the world and we know we're not gonna get our fair just due and equal value in situations. But in our home, we do expect a little bit of acknowledgement. Acknowledgement, that's literally what we want. It's like, do you see me? Do you see the work I put in? Do you see the effort that I'm trying to do to help out this household? The other lady that was sitting on the couch talking about, I want more. Well, baby, I feel like maybe you should have did a bigger or better selection of men that fit that category. I feel like you set that man up What in his whole criteria and his resume that he brought to you said that you was gonna have that type of lifestyle? Because you said y'all have been existing in this type of space for a minute. And you said you didn't even want to step your game up to assist, but you want equal footing as a partner, but you don't want to put forth partner effort. Baby, let me tell you something. No disrespect to the lady, and I'm not going to shame the lady, but there was no Beyonce sitting on that couch. You know what? I am not trying to diminish that woman's worth. I'm just saying, if you gonna sit on the couch and talk that spicy, baby, and not even work, that's literally where men say, what do you bring to the table? Because right there, that table look like it's empty. It ain't even no dishes on that table. That table ain't even got no legs. That table is still sitting in the store where dude should have left it. And the other one, this right here was the most disrespectful, is when baby sat up there and talked about, I intentionally disregarded you. Now, we can go into the semantics of it all, but it was the effort that got my attention. She said with her own mouth that she intentionally did not make him something. She intentionally left him out. She intentionally made him have to feel like an outside on the inside of the house. She said, if you was hungry, you should have got yourself something. I'm only making me something for me and the children. Now let's reverse that. What if that man had been like, I only work to support me? Baby, since we keeping this separation, you need to make enough money to have your own habitat. You need to get enough of your own paper in order to kick in for yourself, because I'm only taking care of me. What if he didn't split that paper up? What if the money he was getting, he was standing on? What if you sitting there starving and he's sitting there, baby, you better get it together. Ooh, he sit up there with a money phone or down the arm like this while you struggling. No, see, the thing about men, let's get it in right now. The thing about a man is a man will sacrifice for his family willingly. A man, how many of y'all, Paul, back in the day, worked 30 years at the plant, got up going to work 5 days a week, sometimes 6, 7 if he could get the overtime to provide for his family at a job he absolutely hated, with a boss he absolutely hated, to try to provide a better life that he is too tired nor has time to enjoy. He put his life on the line. You know what I mean? Them men was getting black lung and having high blood pressure, cholesterol, having strokes, heart attacks, because they hated their job, put in them hours, ate when they can, slept when they could, just to provide a lifestyle for some of the most ungrateful individuals on the planet, to tell him he is not worth a meal, to tell him that his efforts are not enough, to tell him you should have got yourself something to eat is beyond disrespectful. That's diabolical. That's evil. And the fact that y'all can sit up and be comfortable and be like, yes, girl, that's right. Get your increments, get your coins. All y'all need to have several seats, because y'all are raising a whole new generation that's gonna be even worse. Y'all, these little young girls nowadays don't even know how to cook for themselves, let alone cook for a family. These little young girls be walking around stank, funky, don't even clean up their own room, let alone clean up their own body. But you want them to clean up after a family? Girl, you better get yourself together, because nowadays, the brothers do got a point about what do you bring to the table. Not financially, I'm talking about morally, ethically, as an individual, somebody with some sense. Get it together, ladies. It's never too late. We can always teach the ones coming up so that our future, so that we watch our grandkids grow up with a better situation than what's current today. But this is Late Night CJ. Like, comment, tell a friend. 100. Diabolical.